Yeah. Well, shoot, man.
Oh, okay.
We got to bring it back to the song that started it all.
From the depths of the sea, back to the block, Snoop Doggy Dogg, funky, yes, the doc went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. Long Beach is the spot where I serve McCain. Follow me, but don't lose your grip. 9 tris ain't the years there for me
To clean sock my grip. Yo, Boolean and Brews, Let's Talk Story,
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
episode 25,
Oh, 25.
and the last episode of season 1, y'all. Can you believe it?
Oh my
God.
Wow.
Is it
Time
25?
flies.
This is so wild, y'all. So wild. I can't believe we're coming up on a year here. This is our 25th episode. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for I want to thank you guys for being supportive and being
Yes.
my road dogs, and just big supporters of the show. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, CC. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Steve Levy. Thank you, Susanna. Yeah, thank you guys for being on this show with me. It's been incredible. And I can't wait for season 2 because we got a crazy lineup already. Okay, and season 2 is going to be better. It's going to be a little bit some little changes that we're going to make. And I'm probably looking to make or look for some suggestions too from our audience, and so would love to get that. But a big shout out to you, the viewers. Thank you for the support. Thank you for listening, tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Seek Out and Magical. Thank you for the partnerships, SourceCon, Recruit DC. Who else? Who am I forgetting? CC?
Sourcewell.
Source Whale. Thank you to Source Whale for sponsoring us as well. It was quite a year, and I'm looking forward to doing it. But I'm actually looking forward to the hiatus we're taking because I need a break, man. I need a break. I think everybody needs a break, dude. We're all so busy, So, but thank you guys so much for joining the Boolean and Brews podcast and rocking with us. I can't thank y'all enough. We are over 400 followers right now on Instagram.
Awesome.
We're a couple away or one away from 400 on YouTube. So listen, we don't got no fake followers, bro. Like this shit is like we grow this shit organically. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank y'all so much for rocking with us. So anyways, with that being said, we've got Ronnie Bratcher to end the season. We saved the best for last. And we are looking forward to a multiple time SourceCon speaker, and Ronnie is going to be knowledge sharing tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. Ooh, let's go. That's going to be fun. Can't wait to
for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So anyway, yeah. So anyways, listen guys, I've been really lagging on the fucking beer, dude. Like I still got my Crystal Light, man, but you know what? I'm still repping a Boolean and Brews. Here we go. So but listen, I'll make it up to y'all. Season 2 is on and popping. I'm gonna build my my beer fridge up, and we'll be set for season 2. At least the first half. Okay. So
we'll believe it when we see it.
All right. So, anyways, well, shit, man. Jim has a video that he wants to share from SourceCon, and we're gonna get into it right now.
You'll see him in here. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got on 6 minutes. Dear Diary, at SourceCon 2024 in Orlando, I asked a question. I asked several people if SourceCon was a real live person, what would you say to him or her? And the responses I received were very surprising. Some were funny, some were really touching. And it really surprised me in a good way, because it really showed me how much the SourceCon conference, the SourceCon community, how much it means to a lot of people, myself included. Check out some of the responses. See for yourself.
SourceCon has been
That's
one
my
of the most
guitar.
definitive events of my lifetime. It has defined my career. It has made me a family I didn't know I needed. And it has always supported me in all the ways that a family should. So thank you, SourceCon, for always being there for me. Even in the darker times where there were years without it, we knew it was there waiting for us to embrace us and pull us back into the shadowy world of all that is sourcing and recruiting.
Hi, SourceCon. How are you doing? Well, I just want to tell you I really appreciate you because I attended my first SourceCon in 2008, and my career has accelerated in many different aspects, including friendships, knowledge sharing, and lifelong friends, and just the opportunity to build my brand amongst the global community. And this is my 28th time. So let's make it another one soon. Appreciate all your help. Thanks, SourceCon.
Hey, Ronnie.
Dear SourceCon, comma, y'all, finding you all made me find myself and made me realize how much unknown that I wanted to know in the world. And finding a community of this sort made me find myself a little bit more. And it's just so much more than a conference. It is it's a heart. Like, my being with you all twice a year has not only like invigorated my work life professionally. My salary has increased 3 times since my first SourceCon, but it also has like enriched my like drive every day to be better and to do better, and has contributed to like my personal life tremendously. And yeah, it's a little home away from home. Goodbye.
Are you listening? Whoa. Hey, SourceCon. It's your old friend Brian Fink. I'm coming to you live. You know, I have to start it with a song because you are my party people. You are the one that makes me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear SourceCon, how much I love you. Please don't take my SourceCon away.
Hi, SourceCon, my friend. I've been hanging out with you for about 10 years now, and we've had lots of good times.
We can do whatever this is.
Okay.
Then we'll get that figured out.
You have changed my life. You've helped my career. You've been there for me when things weren't going so well. And I just absolutely love everyone who comes to these things. It's just, I can't thank you enough for all you've done for me over the years.
SourceCon, it's just so great to have known you for these last few years. I've known you digitally in a long-distance relationship for about 4 years. Then I got to meet you in person last year, and my life's just improved dramatically. It's been so great to see you. I'm honored to be here this year to be your virtual MC, whatever that means, right? Because you're a human, you're SourceCon. Anyway, SourceCon, it's been an excellent 4 years. Here's to 4 more.
SourceCon, you are to me, I believe, I heard Nas refer to money in the first person in one of his songs, and I feel like a soliloquy about SourceCon is that I love you. I love you head to toe. We're boo. We have history together, and I don't hope nothing changes, because even though things are going to change, of course they're going to change. We're together. We're family, right? We've been through things together, and as we progress and grow as entities, we're gonna find that in the long run, we're good for each other.
Cheers, SourceCon. Cheers to you. It's been so cool being part of this community for the past 7 or to 6 years. The first time I came to SourceCon, it really opened my eyes to sourcing as a career, sourcing as a community versus just something that I was doing in my company. And I've loved learning from everybody here and now being able to share what I know about sourcing. And SourceCon, I hope you live forever.
So I knew some stuff 12 years ago, but I don't think I knew the people that I needed to know that knew the stuff that I needed to know. And when I found you, you became my centerpiece, my home, my base. And not often is a ambiguous non-person conference. Your people became my people.
Aw.
That's it.
Awesome.
Legends. Listen,
So good.
those are everybody on there is my people. You know what I mean? They're like all of our friends. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I'm gonna stop talking. Jim, I know you got water, so you ain't gotta say nothing. Like he's drinking some water from Walmart probably.
Yes,
So.
Deer Park from Walmart.
Dean, I see that you were like drinking some kind of like wine, like what's that, champagne
beverage?
Raspberry Moscato.
Oh, wow, damn. Okay.
It was fuller when I started. I'm not a big wine drinker. I married my wife, and because of her, I like sweet stuff, and this is sweet, so I'm good.
Oh.
That's your
I love it. I love it. What about you, Cece? What you got? Mixed drink, vodka, and something?
Vodka again and ice.
Oh, yeah.
There's something, vodka and what? There's something in there because that's red. Unless you're using
ice. It's a sparkling water, but it's sweet.
Okay.
It's called ice. We buy them for my son because they're sugar free.
Oh, and then you put a little vodka. Oh, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
One of the things I like to do is, you got the Izzy's. They're like a little soda-y thing, but they're really good.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them's a blueberry. And I got the blueberry Crown Royal, so I make what I call an Izzy. I add a little blueberry, a blueberry Izzy, and it is awesome.
Okay, Dean, you got to put me on this blueberry Crown Royal because I heard so much about it.
Dude, it's liquid candy. I don't know what else to say. It's so good.
Oh my gosh, I got to try it.
It's fine. I mean, we got 3 bottles stashed because we can't find it now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, snap.
So is it shaken, not stirred, or?
I got to search it
Depends
up.
on my mood.
What is it? Blueberry, what's it called?
Blueberry Crown Royal.
Blueberry Crown Royal. Be careful. There are a lot of people faking like they got it and taking your money.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Someone tried to do that to me. It didn't work out so well for them.
Blackberry or blueberry?
Blueberry.
Huh.
Blackberry? No, blackberry. My bad.
Blackberry. Sorry. Blackberry.
Yeah, no, it's my bad. Blackberry. Because there's no blueberry with Izzy's, but there is a blackberry. So yeah, blackberry.
Crown and Sprite is good too. Regular Crown.
Yes.
I used to really like that. Yeah.
I've got right now. I have regular Crown, vanilla, blackberry, and caramel.
Yum.
You know what you might want to experiment with, which is since it's in the drink family, clearly Canadian.
Oh.
Have you guys had those?
Is that sparkling water?
Oh my gosh!
Is that like Everclear?
No, it's like Izzy's, but they're clear like water.
Oh yeah, I think
and they come from Canada, obviously, and they're hard to find. They're so good though.
And what do you mix? Do you mix it with something, or you just drink?
Well, I like it straight, but since Dean was like about mixing it with different drinks, you may want to experiment with clearly Canadian.
I can check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it a vodka or what is it?
No, it's just water.
Water.
It's like a. Imagine an Izzy that's clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear
Okay.
like water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
going out with some friends. My wife and I are going out with some friends on Wednesday. We'll see if maybe they'll have some where we're going.
Neat.
Cool.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right. Cece, what's going on in the world of worlds?
Yeah.
You know what we didn't talk about, Cece? We didn't talk about non-competes and shit. Like,
Oh yeah, I know.
About what?
Ooh, yeah.
Non-competes.
Yeah,
Whoa, whoa,
heard
whoa.
about that.
What do you say?
Let's talk about it.
Non-competes.
Oh,
Non-competes.
non-competes. Yes, Yep.
So how's that working out for you guys at your jobs? Are y'all feeling an impact by that yet?
Yeah. You guys nervous about that?
No.
No? Okay. All right. It's a good poker face.
I mean,
I work for a defense contractor. We have bigger things than NDAs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you guys know of anyone at all, period, that was ever with an NDA where they actually held that against someone? I've never actually heard of it.
State of
so-
Washington,
I have.
State of Washington has a law, so the NDAs don't mean anything up here.
I heard when I worked for Microsoft so many years ago. There was this guy. I still remember him. His name was Kai-Fu Lee. He was a big data scientist guy, like Mr. Guru thing. And so Google poached him away, and Microsoft had a fit. And so they went to this big legal battle over this guy. Yeah, I since he stayed at Google, I assume Google won. I don't know. I don't know the details, and this is all third hand, so I'm not a lawyer. Don't come for me. But this is
Dang.
just from the outside looking in. That's what it looked like to me.
Wow.
Big hissy fit and a lot of legal stuff thrown back and forth.
Man.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's wild.
But that was like super high level person, you know?
Yeah. I see that.
I've never seen it for somebody who wasn't like a super executive type.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
I mean,
wild.
I'm kind of like, but I get for like the high level people that are like strategy and know like the direction of the company and they're like driving that and all that. I could see how that could be a thing. But, you know, the IC level, I mean, how much do you actually know?
I imagine if you work for Apple and Samsung comes calling and you up and leave and go to Samsung all of a sudden, Samsung said, saying, we're going to double your salary, come over here from Apple. That's going to be some sort of, I imagine some kind of lawfare going on, even if it's not non-compete. I mean, they will have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sticky situations, y'all. Sticky situations.
And they both got money, so.
Yeah.
So it goes into effect. The non-compete clause rule will become effective 120 days after being published in the register. And this was April 23rd. So May, June, July. So basically August.
Is when it goes into effect.
Yeah, the end of July.
That's wild.
I know, and they're saying that that non-competes negatively affect labor markets, product and service markets, increase market concentration. Non-compete agreements may prevent workers from leaving a competitor or starting a competing business. However, some say non-compete agreements help employers protect their trade secrets and invest in employee
I could
training.
see both sides. I could see
Yeah.
both sides of it,
But nothing, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think people are going to do what Steve Jobs used to do, because like Steve Jobs would have people in Apple siloed so much that one engineer, two groups could be working on the iPhone and neither group would know it. Like you're going to work on this particular component, you only work on this thing, you're going to make this little piece work, and when it's done, I'm going to take your piece and put it into a larger puzzle that you don't know about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to kind of similarly. I think it's really going to depend. I think that it's going to get challenged, and I think there will be some instances where an NDA is going to be legally okayed for other. I mean, as a recruiter, there's no reason for me to have an NDA, just not. But if I'm a data scientist working on the newest and greatest AI, thing, I mean, so I mean, I guess it's going to depend. Does it fall under the term of trade secret or not? If it's a trade secret, a company trade secret, I could understand it. You got to protect your property.
Got to.
Up to
but
X
if it's
years,
not,
say, right?
yeah, I mean, an HR person doesn't need an NDA. What the hell are we working on that's a trade secret? Unless we work for some type of software that's related to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me give you an example of what to look out for or what might possibly happen. So one tool that I love is Perplexity, right?
Yeah.
The people who started Perplexity, they all were at OpenAI at one point. So they left OpenAI and came over to Perplexity and built like a competing product in that sense. I think that's one of the reasons companies would be very nervous. Like if you have so many people just up and leave, and now you have 3, 4, 5 competitors overnight that you didn't have before, and they could be credible competitors because they work for you.
Yeah.
At one point.
That's right.
Yeah, but nothing personal. And I have Perplexity along with about 80 billion other AI ChatGPT tools.
There's so many.
I don't see a significant difference between any of them yet. So
depends who gets the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, until they actually become a real AI and not just an AI in name only. AI, NO, AI in name only.
AI, no.
Well, it's just because they're not really AIs. I mean, I say this to you guys before. I mean, do you see C3PO data behind me? Then there ain't no real AI. Just not.
Hey Jim, how was ERE?
ERE was phenomenal.
Really?
In so many ways. One, the content was really, really good. Right?
Yep.
People, it's not just me saying because I'm on the company dime, but people who attended there have said consistently that they like the content, they like the people there who spoke there. We had some dramatic moments. There was a big storm in Austin during the event.
Oh yeah.
And the roof literally caved in.
Whoa,
Some of the tiles came down from the water, some kind of leak or something, but it broke down and we had to leave the room. We all had to rush everybody out, grab the electronic equipment out, go to another room down the hall, set up a live stream for those who weren't there, and keep the party going.
Wow.
And we were able to pivot in 13 minutes and keep right on streaming.
That's
Dang.
That's how tight our unit was.
Wow.
So it was eventful.
Dang, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, anybody from our community that spoke that we know?
Let's see. Craig Fisher.
Oh, okay. Craig
spoke there. Jerry Crispin, well, he's at everything.
Yeah.
Jason Roberts did a good presentation too.
Okay.
Very interesting presentation. And yeah, I think I'm right off top of mind.
Nice.
Top of mind. Mm-hmm.
Nice. I've never been to an ERE event before.
It's different. It's different from SourceCon.
That's what I hear. Yeah. In what way though? Tell the people.
Okay, so there are more HR type topics there, right? So it's not just sourcing and attracting talent. There's that. Everyone there is business or business casual attire.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see somebody in a t-shirt,
like a hockey jersey.
Boolean and Brews t-shirt.
Yeah, hockey jerseys. You won't see that in ERE. Yeah. So it's more of a button-up kind of crowd.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah. It would be culture shock to go from SourceCon and then go over to
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure what I trip out at SourceCon when people are fully dressed to a T.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're easy there, businessman, businesswoman.
You ain't from around these parts, are you there? Not from these parts, are you, partner?
Exactly.
Yeah. In SourceCon, I definitely rolled in with pants that could have been questionable pajama pants, and it was the day of, so it was more of a networking thing. But I'm in a t-shirt. I've been in a plane all day, and I was wearing definitely my comfy pants with some sandals.
Gotta be comfy, man.
Yeah,
gotta be
comfy. And felt totally comfortable rolling in that way.
I'd love to see Dean in a button-up shirt.
You know what? I'll have to take a picture of that.
No. Actually, I'll do you guys one better.
I'm getting an image of Dean in a tuxedo shirt. Those tuxedo t-shirts
with ruffles on them, bro. Like the ones that they were wearing on Dumb and Dumber, bro.
No, that ain't gonna happen either. But I will show you if you want to see something. Fine. Let's see. How do we share on this thing? Share a screen. But which screen is the question? That screen.
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh.
whoa.
Wow. Where am I?
Bro,
What's going on? I'm dizzy. I can't.
bro.
Wow.
What in the world is going on in this world,
Wow.
bro? Wow.
The caption should read as spotted on Tinder.
I don't have the norm. I don't have the norm show pictures of me without a hat. So there you go.
Wow.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh,
Is that
man.
from
Wow.
work? What was that from?
That was a picture that we took at Lockheed Martin one year because they just wanted to have
Professional
they just wanted to have a picture.
That's they had you take that picture, Dean, so because it's like for employee of the year and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it wasn't that.
You
Like
know,
he was secret agent Dean or something.
Yeah, well.
You know, protecting the president or something.
oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Sheesh. Hey,
That messed my head up there. I got to readjust.
yeah,
I have to readjust.
Hey, have you guys been noticing? There have been like these pockets of layoffs that have been happening. CC, I don't know if you like it's kind of it's spooking me out, man. Like,
yeah.
HelloFresh just did one, and Seek Out laid off 30%. Did y'all?
Seek Out did?
Whoa. No, not totally true.
It's on the thing.
It was 9 people.
30% is 9 people.
No,
I thought they're bigger than that.
Point. Somebody. It's not 30%. It was 9 people.
Look at this.
I know that for a fact because I just went down the road with them already. It's 9 people. No, don't believe everything you hear from people.
This is on the link at the end. CSMs, AMs, AEs, so like salespeople.
And that's why you can't believe it because it's on LinkedIn.
What?
This is on LinkedIn.
Okay. I don't know, but when I saw that, I was like, "What?" And so I reached out to my Seek Out people, and I was like, "Are you guys okay? Can I help? What's going on?"
It was It was 9 people, and it wasn't about anything other than performance.
Oh, that makes sense. What was I going to show y'all?
But there's an old saying: if we can make people squeamish, let's exaggerate. 9 people, 30%. What's the difference? Only about
right. Of a smaller company, it's less people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cece, I saw something there that from the Wall Street Journal. There it is. Computer science is hotter than ever in U.S. universities.
Yeah,
this is a fact. Because I think people are realizing like, the only way I'm gonna make a lot of money is if I graduate with a computer science degree.
But they're having a really hard job right now finding jobs.
Well, it is because
there was one caveat to that, though, Chewy. Computer science degrees are also amongst the most expensive degrees.
It is.
There you go.
Yeah. So of course, somebody's going to say they're hot because, hey, if they say they're hot, and more people come, the universities make more money, and So you always got to be careful when they say things like that because you got to figure out. Is there an ulterior anything behind it? How much of what Wall Street gets comes from universities giving them data, giving them this or giving them that? Always got to wonder.
Check this out. Can I share this real quick?
Let me
just because it goes right into what we're talking about.
I'd like to see more Filipinos get into computer science. Like, come on, guys! Like, what's good? Stop going to those. Don't try to be a doctor or lawyer. Don't listen to your parents.
Are you trying to be Filipino or Hispanic? Because they sound really evidently.
That's my Filipino. That's my Filipino accent.
Sounds just like my Hispanic accent, so we're good.
Okay, here's some third-party data from Statista. Now, I already know this, of course, I looked at it. But what would you say is the number one most in-demand job of the next decade?
Construction.
Carrie sees construction. What do you say, Chewy?
I'm gonna say electrical plumbing.
Okay, Dean, what do you say it is?
Data.
Most in-demand job next decade.
Analytic data, anything to do with data.
Data. So I got data, construction, and what was yours, Chewy?
plumbing, electrical trades.
Scuba diver.
All wrong. This is the number one job by a wide margin according to their data, and it is, drum roll please, home health and personal care aides, because the population is aging.
Oh, that's
wow.
Cool.
And you need people to come in and take care of them.
Oh,
software developers, number 2, but look how much, 410,400 compared to 804,600.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is that
Now, do the home healthcare personal care aides pay as much as software? No. But they're more in demand.
Restaurant cooks, there it is.
Is that the boomers?
Yo.
Is this because of the boomers? Like, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Software developers too,
You know
cook,
what's
restaurant
really-
cooks.
But you know what's interesting about that? There's what, 2, 4, 6, 8 of them, and 3 of them are in the healthcare industry. Medical and health services,
Nurses.
registered nurses, and then the health
Yep.
personal care aides.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
I think it's interesting to see hand laborers and freight stock. So it's like that's a speculation on jobs, and then I guess they're not thinking that robots are going to do that stuff.
Well, yeah. Besides that, is probably the fact that they're struggling to get anybody to take the jobs because they pay really badly. I mean, to the point where unemployment is more.
Restaurant cooks.
My next pivot's gonna be a food truck, bro.
What kind of food would you do? What kind of food?
Oh my gosh! Don't even yo. I already started a menu, y'all. It's top secret. We doing it.
Oh my gosh!
There you go. I just want to interject that in real quick.
Yeah,
but
I love that, Jim. I love that statistic. That's cool.
On a
I tell you,
side note, you guys want to see the latest and greatest from one of your sponsors, Seek Out?
Sure.
Oh
yeah,
let's do it.
Okay, if you'd stop sharing, sir.
We're supposed to get a hold of Anoop to let him know, like, we need that license, bro, that full license.
So this is their latest and greatest, which is basically an AI. So find Java. I pick on developers who live in Seattle. And we give it a minute. Probably because of my typing and my spelling suck. And there you go.
Nice.
Now, but wait a minute. There is more.
But wait, there's more.
If you combine it with another tool.
It's listening to you. Did you see that? It just started typing what you said.
Find Java developers that live in Seattle and are women.
Ooh.
Okay, now I have to redo it because you guys were yapping. Y'all need to be quiet a minute.
It's printing that too.
Find Java developers who live in Seattle and are women.
Nice.
Ba-na-na-na.
Susan.
It's amazing.
Nice.
With a Chrome
All right.
extension.
Look at that.
That's all, folks.
Amazing.
I love it.
I want
That's
to show
good
one.
stuff.
I actually had a tool I wanted to show too. I'm going to do it quick before Ronnie comes.
All right.
So I think I told Chewy, but I started Think Tank Thursdays for my sourcing crew at work, where we make intentional time to not be on LinkedIn, and research things and try to learn or read a newsletter or whatever. Well, anyways, I felt, I should do that too. So this morning I went on sourcing alchemy, and Glenn Gutmacher shared something called
great one.
Talent Signals. Have y'all played with that one yet?
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun. How do I do this screen? It looks different now.
You push share screen.
Okay. Got it. And what I liked about it,
You're in incognito mode, by the way.
I know.
Oh.
That's how I roll on this computer. So you put in whatever you want, and I don't even really care about the fact that this is for great software developers. But I really liked what it did is, if you're like new to doing X-ray and you don't really know all the like different operators that you can put into a website and it's overwhelming to you, you don't really have to know. I think Dean, your tool does this too, but I just thought it was cool because there's another one. But for this one, it does LinkedIn, it does GitHub, Stack Overflow, Instagram, Twitter, Quora, all the things. Mastodon. P.S.
Is that Zing?
Yeah, Zing's on there.
Zing is still around.
Yeah.
Have y'all
Press-
ever played on Mastodon?
Do the LinkedIn one real quick. I want to see what the Boolean looks like.
Yeah, so it's this one.
Okay, so the Boolean is not the best in the world, but it's not the
No,
worst in the world
it's
either.
okay.
It's a good start, right?
It's all right.
It is.
It's all right.
What I think is cool, and I want people to know, is you can change the keywords out to be like whatever you want them to be, and you can just leave all the rest. So, like, you could do this, and it's going to pull you all the people, which I thought was really fun, especially for like a beginner sourcer. I really appreciated that it would like do all the things.
Ooh, I thought you couldn't X-ray LinkedIn, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, we totally can. P.S. What happened with that? Because there was a time where we couldn't, but now we can again. So I don't understand.
Did they backtrack?
I'm
Some
rolling
of
with
us
it.
never stopped being able to.
Oh
yeah, well, that's what you were trying to say in the beginning, Dean.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah,
I want to do this one. Who's in sales? Like, what is this? Have y'all sourced Mastodon? It's the other Twitter.
Yeah.
Is that like a Twitter competitor or an X competitor?
It's meant to be a Twitter competitor, and it's getting bigger and bigger. Well, excuse me. First of all, no, it's not a Twitter competitor. It's an X competitor. Let's get the
X
name
competitor.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
X as in don't. And yeah, it's meant to be, and it's actually not that bad.
What should I put in here? I don't know. I'm so curious about this Mastodon thing. Where was I?
Hang on a minute and let me see, because I have Mastodon sourcing on my tool. And let me see, because I think I do it a little differently than you do. Oh, I'm not sharing yet. I'm going to share, but I want to first see how I'm doing it. And
I love a good X-ray tool that helps you with all the things, because I can never remember all the different operators. There's so many. And like what I should do to make
I'm adding the update's going to have an actual Boolean builder. But here, I'll show you real quick.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm still surprised Zing is still around.
Okay. So right now, these are the two Mastodon searches here, dev IM and the 2. And this is what comes out of one by adding the word job developer. And it's just people who say they're job developers if it's done properly. And as you can see, it's a simple site : there's nothing special about it.
You know, I have a feeling Ronnie's probably trying to get in.
Oh,
might be. And
yeah,
then
hey, can you send Ronnie a new link?
Yeah. And then this is the other one where I'm using the @ function, because that's what they seem to be using, you'll notice. And everything. So that's kind of the two Mastodon ones. And I've done some searching there. You'd be surprised what you can find. But I know I've got all these. So I got plenty to search.
That's awesome.
Thanks,
Yeah, what was I? Oh, it was top
you look
10.
like you have to go to the bathroom, dude.
Top 10 Chrome extensions for 2024.
What you say about the bathroom? What you say?
I don't know. The way you look, you're like, I'm like you.
No, I was thinking I was going to get me a clearly Canadian, but I didn't want to leave at the same time. Something.
Do it.
Should I go? Should I not?
Yeah,
there are some great
Go,
Chrome.
Jimmy.
All right, I'll be right
Go
back.
grab it.
Go for it. There are some really great Chrome extensions.
Yeah, it was top 10 Chrome extensions. I wasn't going to share it on this because it's like a ton of them that we already knew, but I saw Mastodon and it was like share your links quickly or something, and I was okay.
You want to see a really cool one?
Sure.
Let's see if it'll work. Okay, I'm going to put in the username. I'm going to do my username, and we're going to hit all categories because I really don't care. This is called Who Am I? And it is a Chrome extension that opens to the site. So basically, it now has looked all these places for your username. And I can tell you for a fact, not all of them, but a lot of them are actually me. As an example, this one's DeviantArt. That actually is me. You can tell because Nova's there. And so, yeah, there are. And some of them will actually have my contact information and more about me.
Who am I?
Wow, there it is.
Yeah, so that is a really cool one. The text one up here, excuse me, that I used with Seekout, thank you, is really good.
Bless you.
WARF is it's a browser assistant that can help you with different things in different sites, and you just basically tell it what to do. So as an example, let's get out of that real quick, and I'm gonna.
You send Ronnie a new link?
I did.
Okay.
There
he is.
Yeah, I'm going to cheat a little bit. So I'm going to populate all, and I'm going to go ahead and open that one. And then I'm going to open up this, and basically I can tell it to copy the list with URLs, names, companies, and titles, and it will actually copy them all.
Wow.
You just write it and tell it to
There
do
it
that.
is.
Well, no, I would probably activate my voice and tell it
Okay.
because I'm lazy. Not really. I just wouldn't.
Wharf.
So that one, and then like I said, there are quite a few. ID crawl is really cool because you could put in first name, last name, which I will put that. All states. I'm going to search. It's going to automatically open up looking for me, and I'm right there.
Neat.
Awesome.
That me.
There it is.
Oh, that's my SourceCon picture. Whoop. Uh-oh.
Ronnie,
Let's go.
Hey man, what's up?
What up?
are you driving?
No, he's got a thing on his left arm.
Oh.
Some of y'all aren't old enough.
Pearl Jam, even flip.
That thought was gone.
There it is. I had to do it for my man Ronnie over here, bro. You know what I mean?
Nice.
All righty.
It was all good.
Yeah, so
Y'all.
quick trivia. You know, they did 106 shows in 1992.
Whoa.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy. That's crazy. That was at their peak. And listen, I was listening to Pearl Jam. Me and my girl Tiffany would be going on snowboard day trips, and we would listen to Pearl Jam on the way up, on the way down, whenever.
Ronnie,
So anyways,
I started
yeah.
ahead of you. You're a bottle behind me.
Oh my goodness.
Just saying.
Everyone, we've got a special guest on the Boolean and Brews podcast. It is none other than the legendary search engine god, Mr. Ronnie Bratcher. Bro.
You know you've made it when you got on Boolean and Brews. I'm telling you.
Stop. You make Boolean and Brews, Ronnie. You know this. Anyways, man, we are so glad to have you, and we saved the best for last, right? I was just mentioning at the beginning of the show that this is going to be our last episode of season 1. We saved the best for last, Ronnie Bratcher. And we are looking forward to your knowledge share, Ronnie, because I know you're going to bring it tonight, bro. Let's go.
By the way, Ronnie, Jeremy said hello.
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going, bud?
I'll tell him.
Tell us how you broke your. Did you break your arm?
No, he called me earlier.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he told
So I
everybody to
broke
say
my,
hi, and then he asked me who was on. You guys may not know this, but Ronnie got Jeremy his job at WebMD.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay, cool.
There it is.
Amazing.
So, like, you know, this is not a cool story, but it's cool. So I was on my skateboard doing some half piping in the backyard with my half pipe ramp, and I was doing some switch backside 360s.
Stop.
And
Did you
boom.
break your arm?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Really?
Yep.
Man.
Wow.
Is it broken?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, I mean, I just broke it. I just fell down and broke it. I just.
I was like, damn, this dude ready to go to X
I had to throw the
Games.
skateboard out the tree, man.
You know, literally every time I talk to you or I see you, something's broken.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm a broken man. I'm telling you.
I thought you were gonna say something like I fell off my road bike or something, bro. Like,
Oh, that's happened a lot. Trust me. Yeah, this is my second or third largest injury, but it wasn't bike related. So unfortunately, I can't be cool about it. Just fell down like an old man.
damn.
Okay. Never mind. I'm gonna let that go.
But anyway,
He's
I
not
had to throw
that
the
old.
I had to throw the skateboarding in there for Chewy, you know, because that would have been cool.
I love it. I love it.
Wow.
I love it. Yeah, Ronnie knows the notes to hit with me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yo, let's check this out. Like, I used to, Ronnie and I used to work together for Angie.
Yeah, during the
Yeah, we were used to work for Angie for Via, and we were doing some part-time stuff, you know, and it was fun, man. You know, Ronnie and I would you know,
Talk late at night.
commiserate sometimes, but it's great working for Angie. Shout out to Angie. We had her on the show. If y'all don't know, watch her episode. I love her. But yeah, Ronnie, we want to hear the stories, man. I know there's many stories. You've been part of the SourceCon community since 2008. 4 years earlier than I started. And so, man, we want to hear the stories, dude. Well, how did you get your start, dude? Like, were you a recruiter first, or like, what's the deal?
Yeah. I started in 24 years ago. How about that?
Wow, you've been doing it.
So yeah,
I'm a
back
baby.
when like everybody talks about, the internet was kind of like becoming Web 2.0. Alta Vista, Yahoo, Google was there, but not really talked about. The Usenet boards, all that fun stuff. But I got into it like pretty much like the old school fax machines, ads,
Dang.
boxes. So I started in the staffing world for about 5 or 6 years. And I felt like I really succeeded at it. I went through the first downturn in the economy during the terrorist attack in New York City.
Oh yeah.
And
90.
Lots of life happening. My daughter was born in 2003. I took a year off, raised her, and then went back into work as for free. I went at just totally free. I just did it for fun, and actually moved into a company doing an RPO. Built an RPO with them, and then they laid me off. And I'll just tell you the story. That was my last full-time job since a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, damn.
So a gentleman that we all know, and I'll blame him. His name is Mr. Eric Jakewith. Approached me and said, "Dude, you need to be a consultant." I'm like, "No, I don't know anything about that." And he pressured me to be a contractor. And I had a friend, probably my Georgia folks, I know Jim will know, a gentleman named Reed Gary. He's a legend in our industry here in Georgia. Got me my first contract in Puerto Rico doing a financial executive search that was bilingual. And I was hooked. I opened my own business in 2006, and
you're off and running.
And I've done 29 different contracts since then. And then just quick elevator speech, I started a full-time role with Seattle Talent. It's an RPO company.
Let's go. How do you feel about that though, Ronnie? Because every time I talk to you, hey, Ronnie, come and join service now. Nah, man, I'm all about the contract, bro. Like,
I'm good. It's
I'm
different. Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, it's I'm learning a lot. So I'm becoming part or pretty much a sourcer / some recruiting. So they have that type of model. So I'm ramping back up my recruiting skills. And my client, if you saw me over the weekend, I posted my client. So it kind of confused everybody a little bit. Like, we do represent our client. I'm on site with them. So we are fully grained with our clients. So I'm like totally transparent who I work for. So
represent, anyway, dude. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. So that's, you can look at my LinkedIn profile. It tells you everything. But there's a lot of things that are not on there that I've done. But yeah, I've been around the block. And
yo, Ronnie don't stay down for long, y'all. That's how good he is.
So yeah. But anyway,
can't keep a good man down, y'all.
That's my story a little bit. That's probably the 5-minute version.
Damn.
Oh yeah, and I think like if you want to go back to the conference thing, back when I was in staffing, like in 2001 and 2 and 3, dude, like people like the guy that was looking at me now, Mr. Jim Stroud and Eric Jakewith and Charlie Steckerl. I'm just going to throw out a bunch of Georgia names. All these people I was like looking up to at that time, and always wanted to meet them, and I did. And they all went to these conferences, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I go to these conferences? And nobody wanted to send me, and I'm like, oh my God. So when SourceCon came to town in 2007, first time it was ever there, I could not afford it. It was only like what, $400 back then. Right?
Wow.
I think it was like something.
Dang, it was a bargain.
Oh, it was local too. Like I could have went. I guess I could have barged.
Wasn't that the aquarium?
Yeah, no, it was at a hotel
Oh.
in Buckhead.
I thought that one was at the aquarium. Maybe I'm wrong.
That was a long time ago. Anyway, so I missed it, right? And I was like, in my heart, that's when I just started my own business, right?
I said, I am going to budget so much money per year to go to conferences. And lo and behold, my first conference was 2008 in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was probably what, Jim, I don't know if you were there with Jim. I can't remember, but it was like 40 or 50 people, if I recall. It was
I
pretty
probably was there. Was it like 07, 08?
8.
8.
Yeah, I
No,
was there.
07, 08.
Wow.
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he maybe emceed. I remember like Natoro was there, Amy Beth. I mean,
Tortorici was Tortorici there too?
I don't remember Tortorici at that time.
Oh.
I don't remember being that early.
I just remember, and I'll give you another story. And Glenn Caffey will tell the same story. Glenn Caffey was there, and we were out on the balcony where you drink, and socialize. Well, I'm an introvert, right? So I didn't know what to do here. So I'm sitting in the corner, and I saw this other gentleman, kind of tall, and I'm like, I should go say hi to that guy. Just say hi. Just do it. Do like I did at staffing. Go say something to somebody. Because he wasn't talking to anybody. So we introduced ourselves, and the conversation just went wild, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's smart. He's incredible. He's like thinks the way I try to think. And we became friends. And of course, as we know, he became legendary. And of course, I got to hang with him at SourceCon recently. So
Yo, I'm trying to get a hold of Glenn, bro. Like he
oh,
won't.
he's yeah, he's busy, but yeah, he's been a longtime friend as long as Jim has been a good friend of mine as well. And
we need Glenn on the show, bro.
Yeah, and I met Dean back in 2011 and 12 at we went through SourceCon. I mean, not SourceCon, the Sourcing Institute together with a bunch of other people. We graduated with that together, and Chewy I met at SourceCon, and then CC, I introduced myself to her because I wanted to meet her.
Oh my gosh.
At SourceCon.
What?
She was sitting there by herself, and I remember this distinctly. I was like, I want to meet her because I know she's smart.
Oh my gosh.
I met her.
She is, man.
So I met her.
CC's something else, boy.
So yeah, I have my circle of friends here, and then we have 3 Georgia people here. Yes, we do. So we can call CC Georgia now, right?
Yeah, I'm Georgia now. I'm going on 3 years. So
yeah. So anyway, that's kind of my story. I don't know what else you want me to say besides that.
Dude, no, you know what, Ronnie? Well, first of all, let me ask you, what did you become so good at recognizing and discovering search engines to do different searches? Because every search engine has a different way of processing Boolean.
Let's just go back to before the internet, right? So like
Rolodex.
Ronnie,
well, not even that.
Ronnie,
like just the Web 2.0 area.
Ronnie,
I was like totally,
other than you and I, nobody knows what it was like before the internet.
Yeah, but no, Google wasn't around. LinkedIn wasn't around.
Just saying.
I had this distinct I guess what do you call motivation to beat my fellow peers. So hopefully some of them will watch them. Like they'll probably remember. I was in the office early. I was doing everything possible they didn't do to do like anything. And back then it was a lot of like out of the office kind of stuff, right? And I actually partnered with like a really good account manager at the time, and she really embodied in giving me every access to her managers. I went to golfing events. I went to dinners. I was her recruiter back then. But we did sourcing before sourcing was really cool, right? So when the internet came along, Google was like, oh my God, this is like going to change the world, which it did, right?
Yeah.
And then LinkedIn came along, and I'm like, oh my God, this is cool as hell. So my whole life changed, and I have no regrets about it. I mean, it has just been the most amazing journey. Never thought I would be doing this for 24 years, right? So when I would probably say the search engine phenomenon came in around 2010, I was probably having a conversation with, I'll say Shally, probably, if I recall. And he was doing some fun stuff with search engines. And I'm like, oh my God, I really want to learn more about this. And I went with it. And I just kind of got fantasized by search engines. And I just kind of wanted to try everything.
He don't be fantasizing about women. This dude fantasizing about
search engines. Y'all. It was hot, man. Telling you. And I just loved it. And I thought it was so cool.
CC's like, whoo. Man.
I was just saying, it's
hot here.
I felt like, like growing up building cars, every car is different when you build them or drive them, right? So that's the way search engines are. That's what I've tried to teach is like, it is different on every platform. Now,
Every
sometimes you're
platform,
going to
yep.
get the same kind of ride, right? But not always. It's going to be something different,
Something different, yeah.
Yeah, but like it just kind of grew out of that, and then that's kind of how I got my first speaking gig. It was, um, that was my first speech was on search engines.
I remember that one too.
Who was the editor at the time that you?
2013. It was Jeremy.
Oh, it's Jeremy. Oh, damn.
Jeremy
and,
Roberts.
Yeah, Jeremy Roberts, and dude, that was the most stressful thing in my life. But I try to make it fun, and Jim will remember. I think there was all my peers in the back room heckling me at the whole time. Mike Notaro did it the whole damn time. I didn't even finish my presentation. That's how.
Ronnie, that was Atlanta, the aquarium, right?
No, that was actually at a hotel.
Is that hotel? I remember it being a hotel.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember you did a really good job, even though I think you're underselling yourself. I think people were like captivated by it.
Yeah.
And I remember because at the time everybody thought Google was the only search engine out there, and you pulled out like 20 of them that no one's ever heard of before. And they're like,
and I actually did a real-time search for Santa Claus, and then I pulled out my elf hats, and I brought my daughter's elves on the show. And
very creative.
It was
very
really
creative.
fun, and I did a whole intake meeting with Santa, and I flew up there and rebranded him, and it was kind of fun. And then I repeated that, not that same presentation, but I did a similar one in Minnesota last year. So it was fun again.
Neat.
Because Santa rehired me, so it's always good to have repeat contracts, right? So yeah, we did it again. We did some fun stuff, which I'll show you later on today.
Oh, good.
So I helping 5 UX designers and web designers to have elf design experience. So it was kind of fun. It's really hard to find those guys, but they're out there. And there's some really mean elf designers out there. They're really evil. They're not nice. They got but you got to but if you like designing elves, they'll kind of scale back for Santa for the children. It's all good.
Hey Ronnie, are you rocking? Do you have a beer with you? Like, what do you got?
So I can't drink right now, but I brought a terrapin.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
terrapin depth. It's called depth perception, based out of Athens, Georgia. It's their higher gravity Imperial IPA.
Okay.
One of the best beers ever.
Wow.
What's it called again? Something death.
It's depth perception.
Depth perception. I've had a couple of terrapin ones, and
I think Levy
not that one.
I think Levy
It'll
had
put
one
you
of
to
those
sleep.
the other day he was telling me about.
I'll buy it when we have SourceCon come to Atlanta someday.
Sounds good.
Or whatever. So
let me show you this before I forget. This is we were talking earlier before you came on.
I've had that before.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clearly
these are so good. Because they're talking before you came on, Ron. They're talking about mixing drinks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now said they should experiment with clearly Canadian because it's so
Blackberry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
baby
man.
I don't
water.
remember that.
That's the good stuff.
Black of the berry, sweeter the juice, bro.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. So I'm like in the middle of a dry period. I'm going through a CT scan tomorrow, so I have to be totally like empty.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Tomorrow. So anyway, I brought it in spirit.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
I got my
Nice.
water with the SourceCon label. Yeah, it's all good.
Woo, let's go.
But,
So how many source cons has it been, Ronnie, that you've
attended
that
or
you've
spoke?
done? Yeah.
28 now.
Wow.
That's a lot.
And I got some award. Somebody gave me an award too.
That's right.
Yeah,
Quiet
dude.
Hero Award.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I don't understand why I got that, but Jim can elaborate.
Bro, stop.
Dude, okay, I saw that email come out, and I'm like, oh my god, who can I nominate for that? I couldn't think of anybody really. So I just sat there like, okay, I'm just gonna bow out and not play with this game. And I'm just doing my thing at the front row, just hanging out with some people I just met, and Jim's up there. I think this is right before lunchtime, if I recall, and I'm like sitting there, and he's talking about what is about is kind of like the underdog or
the Quiet Hero Award is
the
for
silent person that kind of
hero.
contributes to the market or into conference and blah blah blah. And he called my name out, and I thought, No. And then the cameras came. The cameras came on. Like, I was like, holy shit. So I walk up there, and this, good thing Jim's up there because he's my friend, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever. If there's anybody that could give it out to me, it would be Jim, right? He's like, this is so cool,
dude.
And I thought, should I cry about this? I don't know. I didn't even know what to really say.
I did.
So
When this dude introduced me on the stage in Atlanta for my keynote, I was like I was in tears, bro. Like this dude, he introduced me, had a rap for me, like to introduce me and everything. Like, there's nothing more iconic than that. It was
anyway,
awesome.
so this is the coolest thing ever. I don't get a lot of awards. I mean, I've won some bike races, as you can see in the back, but that's nothing compared to that. I mean, like, I mean, I don't know. I've never really. I'm an introvert, so I'm not like one of those people that just kind of like, hey, I just do my thing. I help everybody out, as much as I can.
One of the most humble dudes too, man.
It's like,
he is.
I mean,
really super humble, and he's just like,
so
yo,
like,
what do you want to know?
I'm assuming like Jim, if I go to the San Diego one, I'll have to maybe I the guy that introduces the next person. I'm not sure what to do with this, like for the year, for the next 6 months. I'm not really,
You'll figure it out.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what am I? The things I'm obligated to, like when you win the beauty pageants or the those things, you got obligations. I mean, should I go on a city tour? Like, okay, my name's Ronnie. I'm a silent hero. And, let me tell you how I got there. It's probably be at Rotary clubs throughout the United States.
Did you have to pass your award to the next person? Is it
No, it's got my name on it.
Oh, okay.
No way, man. My name is on that dude.
I was going to say that could be kind of cool if you got to like have something that passed hands. That could be neat.
Yeah, I think so. That'd be cool. I mean, I'll let Jim figure that out. That's a good idea.
Mastermind.
That's a thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is.
So anyway, 28 source cons. I'm hoping to be 29th in October.
How?
Trying to make that happen. I'm trying to pull strings, Jim. And like I'm all about doing whatever, man. Rubbing Jim's feet, I can do that. I can bring him water.
Remember that, Jim? Remember that?
The lotion.
I even emceed in Minnesota, man. Jim had the bolt on the plane.
Oh, tell that story. Tell the story.
Yeah. So we're in Minnesota, and Jim goes, "Man, I got to get on my plane." I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Are you serious that you would?" I was just joking through the conference, like, "If you need me to go up there and MC, I can do that." He comes up to me. I thought he was joking because you want to MC for the last 3 hours. I'm like, "What, are you kidding me?" He goes, "No, I'm serious. I got to go." I'm like, "Holy shit, dude, seriously." Okay, I think I got this. And he goes, "All right, well, I'm going to make a video, okay?" And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So Jim's like the master, right? So he does a video before he leaves. And so, like, there's no Jim, right, for the MC. There's a video. It's Jim. Jim goes, "Hey, SourceCon, this is Jim. Hey, I'm not here. I had to go." So
I
just
remember
want you
that
to
one.
enjoy the rest of SourceCon. But I want you to know I'm leaving you with my brother from another mother, Ronnie Bratcher. And that's when I went on stage, and I think I did okay. Manister's still liking me. So
Nice. Oh,
there it is.
Awesome.
A
There it
SourceCon
I'm sure there's
memory.
I didn't even look at the video. I have no clue what I did. I just kind of introduced people. And
I love it.
I did the
I love it.
sponsors at the end. I called out the tech crew, called out the ERE SourceCon crew.
Nice.
I think I covered all of it.
You did great.
Dang.
You did great. I knew
Off
you
the
would.
fly, bro. Like a
Yeah.
pro.
But yeah, so like Jim, I could be his, like what do you
Mr.
call that?
Introvert.
Like I can do everything Jim, like bring him water, bring him food. Like he's gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, I gotta take over now. Yeah. Okay. Just I'm trying to buy my way into San Diego, man.
There it is.
Oh my, look at him.
Somehow I'm not sure you have anything to worry about being insane.
Yeah.
I gotta make it to 30. I gotta make it 30. Then 30, we gotta be talking about, lifetime.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
30
There it is.
SourceCon.
Hey,
Holy cow.
hey, Ronnie, who are some of your I mean, you're an icon in and of itself in the SourceCon community. Who are some of your biggest influences when it comes to search?
Dude, that could be a long night.
Give me top 5.
Dude, that's hard. 5, man. Wow. I kind of keep it in Georgia and also in the Sourcing 7 group up in Seattle because I'll kind of backtrack a little bit. Back in the day when I was running what we call the Technology Association of Georgia Recruiting Society, long for TAG here in Atlanta. I've been a part of that group for like 20 years. And then in 2011, they gave me the honor of being president. And before that time, I was on the board and we encountered the Sourcing 7 group up in Seattle.
Yep.
Then we had the Atlanta group, right? The TAG recruiting group. Not as cool a name as they had. But anyway, we were still cool because we were Atlanta. So we always did this little banter back and forth. Like, that's how I got to know all the big stars up there. I shouldn't even say part. That whole community is awesome up there. Seattle, up in Seattle, right?
Shout out Todd Davis. We're going to have you on the show, my man.
Amy Beth. There's Dean Costa. There's
Adam Kovacs.
Kovacs is running it.
He wasn't around back in the 2000s. He's a new. But yeah, but there's a lot of great people. So we went back and forth as this little challenging kind of stuff. It was kind of cool. But anyway, growing up in that generation, right? I'm going to throw out names. I'm just going to throw because he's online. Jim has been a big factor in my career. Learned a lot from Jim. I'm going to say Eric Jakewith. Eric has been a great friend since like coming to my house and hacking Monster at night at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh my god!
Like my wife would going, "Who's this guy?" Oh, we're just going to break into computers and just kill Monster tonight because they don't know how to keep their APIs safe.
Oh my gosh, that's
so we broke those. So Eric Jakewith, definitely Shally Stecker. He's been a big part of my life. I mean, I do have to call out the gentleman because I have done like 13 projects with the man, Sourcing Institute, taught his classes, and he gives me speaking gigs. So definitely shout out to him. That's 3, right? 5?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, damn.
Glenn Cathy?
Yeah, Glenn's like a higher level for me. Like, he can definitely source because we were at the After Dark trying to do the After Dark. It's kind of new. We didn't really kick it off too hard, but I did get to talk to 3 people and do some sourcing. But it was loud, and we'll do better next time, Jim. We'll knock it out. But yeah, he can definitely do. He can still remember how to do it, but he's a very high level thinking kind of man, right? And he puts it in high level for me, and I really like that. Kind of brings me back to like because I'm the in the ditch kind of guy, right? And he can make everything look beautiful on paper. And wow, I mean, I can't really call out a 5th one. I mean, there's so many people. Like, I can't even. There's so many. There's just so many. Like, I can't even think of them. I mean, there's a lot of people.
There is.
Yeah, I mean.
Dean DeCosta. How about that guy?
Oh yeah, we've gone back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, we could do a whole list. There's even newer people that I've met recently. And just going over to Europe and interacting with the Sourcing Summit folks.
Europe is tremendous, man.
They are really, really cool. And
man, they got some.
Thank you to Phil
sourcers
for inviting me over to go to, 2 countries and just really like being mind blown with the European community.
You're international, Ronnie. Like I'd never get invited to those conferences, bro.
We can fix that.
The story with Phil is I kind of met him not in Europe. I met him in North America, in Toronto.
Which one? Who?
And
who is this?
Phil Tusing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And,
shout out to Phil.
Yep. Shout out to Phil. And I met him in Toronto, and of course, Shally and the animal introduced me to him. And Phil goes, "Do you speak and train?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, we'll talk." And about 2 months later, the next thing I know, he goes, "Would you like to go to Tallinn, Estonia?" And I'm like, "Oh
wow.
Shit, where's that? Where the hell is that?" Okay, hold on. Oh, that's 35 miles from Russia. Okay, sure. Right in the middle of the late 2000s, 2010s, right? So
Better then than now.
yeah, better than the But that was a really amazing experience. And I was supposed to go with the gentleman that I mentioned earlier, but he couldn't go due to other obligations with another conference. So I went on my own. It was a big experience. Luckily, I have traveled internationally with Jim. And Jim kind of showed me the ropes the last time we went. The first time I traveled with Jim overseas, traveled with Jim a lot in America, but not overseas. And I've kind of
Jim
learned
is
the
Mr.
ropes.
Worldwide, man.
He is, dude. Dude, he
He's
knows
like
everything.
Pitbull, bro. Mr.
If you want to
Worldwide.
travel international, get with Jim because he knows everything. He will get you to the Hungary airport in Budapest. In the middle of
That's a story behind that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole nother story. Yeah. But we made it to SourceCon in Budapest together.
Wow.
32
Yeah.
hours later. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm going to do a shout out to all the communities because I'm a big sandbox guy. So like I go to every sandbox and play in everybody's sandbox. Everybody contributes something, and all of them have something to contribute to our communities.
Yeah.
And, I think
100%. 100%. What do you think is the hottest thing right now in sourcing, Ronnie?
I think, well, it's not hot. It's trying to be hot. People think that we can do search on AI. We can't. And I'm going to show that today.
Ooh, let's
Whoa,
go.
back up.
Yeah.
We're not there.
Hold it.
We're not there yet.
Hold
Here, like, here's what I see. Here's what I hear. Right. I'm going to just repreference this again from when I talked about this I think it was 6 weeks ago with our friends at Higher Easy and their little conference they're doing. We say we're sourcing on AI. We're not. We're doing a lot of research and we're doing a lot of recruiting stuff. So that's what it's really good for. But are we really? And when some people say, "Well, it builds me a Boolean string," whatever.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It does. It doesn't. Right. So I want to source. And it's coming. Like all the news you saw in the past week with all the search. Google's trying to do a search. OpenAI is trying to do their search, which is GPT 4.0, right? But they didn't go out. They didn't announce it. They were all the hype. I even do something on my LinkedIn about it might be coming, but then it doesn't do it anymore. But like today, I read about Google, right? And their search. They're saying they want to eliminate the internet search and replace it with AI search, right? That was the news today. I almost was going to bring an article today, but that's kind of what they were talking about today. So I've been just kind of like on the side trying to play with stuff. And me and Jim talked about, and that's something we did in November last year, but wanted to bring something to the table. Like, can we source yet? And I'm finding some stuff that's working a little bit, but it's still not the best yet. And we'll do a little test with one of them.
Ooh, I can't wait to see.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the hottest thing for me because I'm a sorcerer at heart. And I think like we're just not there yet. And I think it's a lot to do with legalities. We can't go into let's just use LinkedIn. Can't do LinkedIn because of legal things, even though u.com does it sometimes. But yeah, I think that's I think that's the hottest topic that we can bring up next because it's doing a lot of productivity stuff for recruiters, a lot of research stuff. I use it for research all the time because it's,
Facts.
and instead of doing a search on a search engine, I just do it in AI and it gives me like 30 seconds versus ads. And I think ads are coming, by the way.
Oh yeah, eventually.
Oh, has to.
100.
For sure.
And then we'll be buying ads
always is
for
new
AI.
technology, get it right, make money. Making money means advertising. It's always.
Yeah. If that answers your question, I think that's to me. I don't think it's a hot topic right now, but I think it will be.
You think people? Well, ChatGPT, OpenAI, they charge people for the premium version.
Yeah.
You think people would ever pay? Say, like, if OpenAI had their Search GPT out running now, do you think people would pay for Search GPT versus going to Google?
Ooh, I don't
Some
know.
people, some people are paying for chat.
Some people will. I mean, I'm still like the guy from back when I first started. Free is great. I'm gonna stay with free as much as I possibly
me too.
Free 90 free, bro.
So
I mean,
there's a guy.
I mean, if a company that I work for wants to invest in that money for me, then I'm really cool with that. But like personally, out of my own pocket, probably not.
There was a
No.
guy that had signed up for sourcing links and then canceled, and I asked him why, and he said because he decided to sign up for a paid ChatGPT account. I said, awesome. He just came back saying, yeah, it's not ready. I'm like,
Not ready.
I already know
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of
I
tweaks.
still can't get it to create the correct
Yeah.
Boolean string to do certain things, and I've been trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I right now it's like you could put two totally different Boolean strings in, designed to X-ray into the same site, and it will say they're both perfect, and one clearly not even close to right, but it's perfect. Figure it out. Like I said,
Yeah.
C3PO isn't back here, so we ain't got it yet.
Well, damn, let's get into it, Ronnie.
Oh, you want to show some stuff?
Hey, I got my
Let's do it.
pencil,
Let's do it.
Ronnie. Let's go.
Show and tell. Source
right,
and
Show
tell.
and tell. Let's
Source and
go.
tell.
Let's go.
All right. Well, let me
Get your
just
notebooks out, y'all.
Well,
Get
it's not nothing big. These are so like everything that I feel like we teach sometimes at SourceCon or any other conferences, especially in the sourcing community. And I think, like Jim knows, because SourceCon was this kind of like hardcore, like break stuff all the time and just kind of figure out something weird. That's what I kind of feel like sourcing is, even though sourcing has evolutionized itself with all the tools and extensions and AI now, which is great. And I think those are awesome. But I think we still should challenge the norm on smaller things. And if you've ever saw me speak or train, I always call it the 5% rule. So the 5% rule is the things I'm showing you today, please do not spend all day on it.
Yeah.
Oh, see, and that was the thing, Ronnie. I wanted to ask you, and you can include this in your little session here. What do you do to have a sustainable sourcing strategy? Because a lot of people, like, they go to SourceCon, they see a tool, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's awesome! I want to go back." And they go, they do it, and they're like, they find like 5 people, and are like, "Okay, now what? Like, what else do I do?" Like, so, like, I always say, like, yo, like these tools that you see at SourceCon, these are tricks that you pull out of your hat. You know what I mean?
So I'll give you a real world example of that.
Let's do it.
And it won't be some like major super cool.
No, dude, it has to go back to the basics.
And I'm gonna, and I know, and I'm not trying to pick on Jim here, but he's here, and I gotta give him credit. So a couple of things I've been teaching over the years, and I've always gave Jim the credit for it, is like one time he spoke, and he came up with all these domain names, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't think about that. Wow, domains, really? So I wrote that down. I'm like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna play with that. And for that particular tool or that idea, like when we talk about domains, obviously this crew probably knows, but if I talk to the public out here, that's like a .com, right? .edu, .me, those kind of sites. There's a gazillion of them out there. There's ones for like chefs. There's ones for like hairdressers, probably, if you look them up. So, using a strategy to find those people on their own domains, especially like the more popular ones, like a lot of developers use .cc, not Carrie Collier, but just .cc, things of that nature. But shout out to Jimmy that one time he talked about that, and I'm like, oh my God. And I went home and tried it and did it and actually used it in my job contracts. And then I thought, I'm going to incorporate this in some of my trainings. And Jim always gets the credit for that. I always bring that story up. So yeah, when you're at like a conference, then definitely jot that down and go home and play with it. And then I'll also say this, like if somebody shows you something, let's say, Mike, you show me a thing you do, right? With something, let's say ABC tool, or this is the process how I found this. I'll take your process and I'll refine it with my own way.
Yeah.
Okay. So the meat or the guts of that process, I will always give you the credit, but I will kind of show it the way I thought. Maybe it works better for
you. It's like a reiteration.
Right. So that's how we learn from each other. Like it's a big cycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole domain thing, I don't know why I never thought of that in the many years. Then Jim just throws it out there out of the blue. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. So anyway, I give him a lot of credit. So yeah, that's so from a strategy standpoint, it's like, there's all these things that you can put your things into, like start.me, and I used to keep. I still have the same Google spreadsheet for Google, yeah, Google spreadsheet from the early 2000s. I just been building forever, and you can't have it. No, you can't have it. And I have to, and I haven't even updated it over the years. I should go back. There's probably stuff that's just gone, right? There's no longer existing, So, but now we have start.me, the start me pages, and those are awesome. Those are great. I did pay for the upgrade on that one, so so I'm in the middle of refining my start me for myself. So, okay, does that help? I don't know.
Yeah,
That was
100.
too high level.
I love it.
All right. So should I share my screen? Okay. These are things one thing I showed at SourceCon Minneapolis, so I'll give credit to that. And this is like really minute. Like you can use it in everyday life, and you can also do it for searches. I did it for the elves when I did it, but I'm going to use it for something else. And then the other one is actually the AI search. Okay. So if I do share, let's make sure this works. Share my screen, right? And let's see. Hoping that this will be it. I don't know. I'll select a tab, a window, just the entire screen. Okay. Hacker that had this.
I don't see your screen. Are you sharing it?
There we go.
Vinyl.
Yep.
Vinyl bean.
Yeah.
Ethical hacking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Huh.
Hey, Ronnie, it's shown here that your recording is stopped because you ran out of storage. Yeah.
Are you on incognito? Sometimes that happens. That happened to me one time. Remember, Chewy?
Oh, really? I didn't know.
So when you go into incognito mode, it doesn't record you?
It only lets you record for up to so many whatevers. So he might have to leave and come back on a regular browser.
Oh. Yep.
It's because incognito mode has an encrypted.
Yeah.
Eats
It
up
says Ronnie Brat. Yeah, it doesn't really. Yeah.
Why would we
Did
do
it just happen? Did it just happen to him?
Yep, it just happened.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Word up.
Yeah.
Word up. That's such a good song.
What's a good song?
Word up.
Word
Oh
up.
yeah. Cameo, man.
Yeah, he mentioned it, so I was like, "That's a good song." My wife and I love that song.
They had a couple bangers, man.
Yeah, they did.
I love Cameo.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the red cup he wears, but that's another ballgame.
I love Ronnie, man.
No,
I love
Ronnie's
hanging
awesome.
out with them. Every time I see him, he's so awesome to hang out
Yeah,
with.
we always end up hanging somewhere. Hang on.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant, humble guy.
He is, man.
I got to ride back on the plane with him from Texas because we were both going to.
Did you sit next to him, CC?
Huh?
Did you sit next to him
Yeah,
too?
he changed his seat so he could sit with me. We both rode
Oh, I
first
love
class.
it. That's cool.
And he took me
Oh
to
yeah.
Delta.
You don't
I don't care.
care. Fly by the people as they start to look and stare. Do your dance, do your dance. Quick, mama, come on, baby, tell me what's the word.
A word
The
up.
word up.
Y'all sound
Sorry,
just
couldn't
like
resist.
him.
Couldn't resist.
I love it. Good stuff, man.
He could afford decent underwear. He didn't have to wear them outside of his pants.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know why he was thinking.
Well, here's one for you. I have a question. Let's see if I can get this one right here. How many of you recall that this semi-fine gentleman actually sang a song?
What? I didn't hear you. How many of you recall something? You belong to the city.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh, a
god.
heartbeat. Oh, when he thought he could be a rock star.
How come not? How come I can't hear it?
I can't
I
hear it
don't
either.
know.
I was looking at the 80s chick on the side there. I totally missed the video.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
I gotta
Oh,
remember,
man.
I'm a different time than all of y'all.
I
that.
remember those songs.
You belong.
No,
was born in the
wrong
80s.
song. You belong.
That's the wrong song?
It's the wrong.
That's what I think about when I saw the video.
Well, it's because the tune, the melody is very similar.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be putting a calendar invite to y'all for sometime in June to talk about season 2.
Try to go toward the end because I've got Town 42 and then Sourcing 7 the beginning of June.
Wow.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Did we ever schedule or talk to Stephanie Rangel, the SourceCon hacker? SourceCon.
I reached out to her already. I just
Okay.
need to send her a placeholder. So
Okay.
and I think we have her like first or second, I think.
Okay, cool.
I don't remember.
Nice.
We
But-
should try to get Eric Jacob on. We talked about him so much. He
Oh
should be on
yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Put him on the list.
Y'all
too.
want to hear one of my favorite songs? And you guys.
Okay, are you singing it?
No.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, I hope I don't know. Can you hear that?
You got to share your screen.
Can't hear that. It's all messed up sounding.
Yeah.
Don't hear it.
That's from the remake of oh god, what's the name of that? It was the remake of a movie that had that dancing, and I forget his name right now off the top of my head. Kevin Bacon was in.
Footloose?
Yeah, that's from the remake of Footloose.
Oh.
They remade Footloose.
Yes, they did.
Isn't that sacrilegious? I mean,
yeah.
What was wrong with the first one?
I've given up trying to figure out what is and isn't sacrilegious. You know, I'm looking at my favorite playlist, and you got crap on here from the 50s all the way up to literally about a month ago.
I'm moving our schedule stuff while we're waiting.
I'm Major League.
He's here.
I'm going to make a new tab.
Oh, he's back. Okay, never mind. We'll stop with the music then, because I was going to play something with you. I was going to play something for you. I bet you would never guess that
all right
would have happened.
You good, Ronnie?
All right. So we want to do a repeat?
Count it down from 3 for the editing's sake, so we know when to go to it.
Yeah.
You belong to. No, it's in my head.
Dude,
it's in my head.
Do you even know who sings it?
Glenn Fry?
Yes. I was asking you.
Yes.
Okay, hang on. I'll tell you. I believe it's You Belong to the Night. Glenn Fry and Joe Walsh.
Yep.
Yep.
I can hear the saxophone in the background in my head.
Yeah. Now, who would have bet that Michael Bublé and Jason Derulo would do a duet together?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It's actually pretty damn good. Spicy Margarita.
Is anyone going to see the Amy Winehouse movie?
Negative.
That was interesting.
I sort of want to see it, but I sort of want to wait for it to come on TV,
Yeah, same.
on Amazon.
I do want to see it.
I'm going to see it one way or the other.
It has the feelings of that HBO show with The Weeknd and Depp. what's her name? The one weird one that was like really off the chain for me.
I don't
With a
know.
lot of S&M and crap in it.
Don't know that one.
You're not missing anything. Trust me.
And there is a Duran Duran documentary on Netflix. I'm gonna check
Now
out.
that I might
Oh,
watch.
damn! I gotta check that out.
Duran Duran.
Man, love Duran Duran.
Yeah,
I love them. Love
I
them.
hate when they broke up. They were on their way to being the next Beatles. I think
I don't know if I'm willing to say that.
they were on
We're
their
good.
the Beatles of the Beatles of the 80s and 90s. I'll say that they were the Beatles.
Yeah,
of the
I
80s.
mean
They're
they
on their
were
way.
they
What
were
would that
pretty
be,
damn
Ant?
big.
Instead of Beatles, they would be the Ants. It was now maybe not, because that's not fair, because I believe there was a band in the 60s called the Ants.
Adam and the Ants.
There it is.
Exactamon.
And I'll listen to Adam. I'll listen to two of their songs just the other day. Desperate, do.
Yeah, I know which one.
But not serious. And then the other one, it's from the same album, Strip. If you stripped for me, I will strip for you.
TMI, and nobody wants to do that.
Those are 80s, two classic 80s.
I know the song,
Adam
but
and the Ants.
nobody wants to see it.
Yeah.
You guys
I
know
mean,
what-
I think just you up on stage with your socks is enough. Jim.
Yeah.
I would
You
argue that
guys
might be
know,
too much.
you guys know that that song Tequila, like they play at the places like
Yeah.
Which one?
Tequila. It's kind of like it's that party song, like
Yeah. It's the
Okay,
Pee Wee
so-
Herman.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
collect vinyl records, right? So I acquired a 1959 Buddy Morrill guitarist big band record, and it has the original Tequila on it in 1959. It was recorded at a concert hall.
Dang.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
It sounds just like it.
I love it.
Okay.
You gonna share this, Ronnie? What's good? You good? You having technical difficulties?
Is it that one?
There it is.
Tequila.
Buddy Morrill was the original.
I know way too many songs. It's one of my favorites.
That's a song you sing when you're drunk. And you know another song to sing. You've not ever been drunk. You know another song to sing when you're drunk. By Biz Markie. You say he's just a friend.
Yeah.
That is the
yeah.
song you sing when you're drunk and heartbroken.
Yeah.
You say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need.
Yes.
My dad always reminds me that he used to be in a band called The Vibrators.
No, are you serious?
Okay.
I'm like, dude, what in the world? I like trip out every single time.
Wait a minute,
he
guys.
tells me.
Y'all need to see this, because I swear to God, I freaked out when I saw it. I was like, "What the hell are these two doing together?"
That is a great name for a band,
Yeah.
by the way. I
Hey,
must
that's
say.
the
The
video. Let me get
Vibrators,
to it.
bro.
Zzz.
Yeah.
Ladies getting free.
Exactly.
That's Jason
Oh,
Derulo and
wow.
Michael Bublé.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dang.
Spicy
Too bad we
margarita.
can't hear it.
I know. 2:16:30. I can't hear anything.
All right, enough.
Enough.
That's an odd.
Ronnie, we good?
You ready?
I'm
Good?
ready. You ready
Let's
to
do
start?
it.
All
I
right.
can stop playing DJ now.
So you want me to go back to my 5% thing, or what is I doing?
Whatever.
Yeah, start from the
No,
top.
Just start from the top.
So, okay. So, so I'm going to share my screen here in a second. But before we do that, I wanted to talk about my 5% rule. And what the 5% rule is, things that you only would spend, the things I usually share are experimental, and you should only use it 5% of your time. So if you spend all time on these things, then you're never going to get done what really works. So what these things that I show typically are where you find some really nuggets that you would never ever find normally. So, which is kind of fun, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, if you go back to the search engine strategy, I'll just put it this way. My last 2-3 contracts ago with Village, with Village, it was a biostatistician search, and I thought I kind of tapped out all the big channels, right? And I went to like 43 different search engines to find people using different
43, Ronnie.
43.
This is why you were the search engine
And
god.
I went down. I found 12 of them that actually found me LinkedIn profiles that I did not find on Bing and Google.
Nice.
Damn. There it is.
That turned into a presentation, by the way, in Amsterdam. So,
Damn.
all right, so I'm going to share my screen. Let's do the test, right?
I bet people couldn't name 5 search engines.
For real.
Want to bet?
Well, outside of this call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been hanging out with Ronnie too long not to be able to name 5. So. Sorry.
Exactly.
All right, let's see. Tell me if you see X.
Yes, Bino
Yep.
Bean.
Yep.
Bean.
Okay, X. So I kind of like hanging out in the ethical hackers world. So I read articles, and sometimes I get some like tidbits of like search items that would look kind of cool that we could actually do, that are actual tangible that we might work. So I came across this gentleman that was talking about searching on X to find profiles on Instagram. So we're using X's search engine to find something they posted about Instagram on Twitter or on X, and then we can go to take that content, get it over to Instagram to find their bio, and then we can source from there to find the right person.
Oh.
So, for instance, on the SourceCon Minnesota thing, I was doing Santa Claus with elves. So I was looking for all these elf designers and web people, and I used this hack to find some of those people.
Neat.
It was really fun. So I just kind of took it. I was trying to think of an industry that I could share, because I can't really share what I'm doing now because that would just be like not good. So I decided to kind of take it more personal, since I'm into vinyl and I love vinyl. So I thought, hey, I want to find vinyl collectors. So the same concept can be used in different industries. So like if you're looking for a DevOps engineer, or let's say an accountant with some keywords, things like that. So I'll just take my little cursor here and show you. So you want to go to the Explore bar and click on that. That's where I'm at now. And what you want to put in the search term is simply this: Instagram.com/ whatever you're looking for. I'm looking for somebody talking about vinyl on Instagram, on Twitter, or on X. I keep saying Twitter. So when I did that, I did the search and I preloaded it, and I found this Gina person talking about her Instagram vinyl bean. So I'm thinking vinyl, that's her username. So I clicked on that just to figure out maybe she's somebody I want to connect with in the vinyl world. So when I clicked that, it takes me over to my Instagram account. And as you can see, she is an advocate of vinyl. She has a vinyl count of 103. And she has, if you know Discogs is a vinyl collector, or a music collector where you put all your music.
Yep.
I have all my music cataloged on Discogs if you ever want to see it.
Neat.
So like it's pretty cool. But anyway, so I have enough data here to go find her, or I could message her privately here on Instagram if I really wanted to. But as sourcers, we have enough data here, like username, name's Gina. We could probably figure out some stuff by looking at her photos. Like you can see, she's a big music person. Here's some vinyl here. So anyway, that's the first hack. So it's pretty basic. The second one on X is you go back to the Explore button, do your search, and now we're going to do source : Instagram, period, right? That's it. Now we want to add some like hashtags. So I'm going to just put in the word vinyl, and then I'm going to put collector because I'm kind of interested in meeting other collectors, right? So when I do the search, it comes up to all this. As you can see, it says vinyl collector. Got vinyl merchant here. Forget who I clicked on. Notorious. I think it was down a ways. I clicked on this gentleman here, Notorious. It brought me to his photo. So I think so I'm looking like here's all his stuff, right? And there's also some better stuff here. He's actually a CISO and he's a serial entrepreneur. So I thought that was pretty cool. So if I go back here to look at him again, I forget where he was, but he's actually a CEO of a company. When you look at his Twitter profile, I can't find it right off the bat, but so what I did is I wanted to find out more about his Instagram file, and he looks like he definitely
Oh, there it
is
is.
into technology. Did you find it? Okay. But he's a serial entrepreneur. But we know he loves music because you can see as his photo. Here's all his vinyl. So he's definitely somebody I could look at. We got part of his name, right? Well, he's got his name, right? So we could definitely do some searching to find more about him. So anyway, so those are just two simple little things you can do to go search on Instagram through X.
That's cool.
So it's
Dang,
not
I love it.
Nice.
not a big deal, but it's kind of cool, you know.
That brings me back to my first article I wrote for SourceCon, and it had to do with finding a C# developer on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, got it, and it was a hire.
Yeah, and there's another hack too, but I've talked about that till my heart goes out, so we won't go through that one. Because I can go directly to somebody's profile versus their pictures to find if they're actually a DevOps security person in Nashville, because that's what I want to know. So, but these bios are really important. You also need to be logged into your Instagram account. So either you create your own or create a fake one, whatever you
Yeah.
want to do. So whatever you want to do. Okay, so moving along. So we talked about AI earlier tonight.
Yep.
And
Yep.
So I found this particular chatbot or AI tool through a developer forum. So it's called EXA. So developers use this for their AI research. Okay, so I'm thinking, well, let's try it out. Let's do something with it, right? So I'm really interested. So I think AI is going to be good for natural language search. Does that make sense? So instead of putting in a lot of Boolean, we're just going to do a lot of
Semantic search. Yep.
semantic search, right? So I put in something just not great, but just a prompt. I wanted to find me websites of profiles or resumes of DevOps engineers with Linux and Python experience, just keeping it simple, located in New York City. Exclude jobs, samples, or examples. So when I tested this a month ago with something similar, it did not show me job samples and examples. In this particular case, it did. It pissed me off. So, but as you can see, the first couple of things were examples, jobs. I'm like, oh my God. So I could probably do something better. Maybe I didn't understand the word exclude. Maybe it says do not. Or I could actually maybe improve my prompt. I didn't really click on that to see what else I can recommend. But just for this particular podcast, I just kind of want to keep it simple. But I came across, as I do our scrolling, right? I come across this gentleman down here, request professional resume, Jason Ralph. I'm like, oh, here's some keywords. Okay. He didn't say DevOps, but he's got Linux, right? I'm like, this might be something to look at. It says over 9 years ago. No big deal. Still want to look at it. We can figure him out. So when I did, I clicked on it. It came directly to his resume, right? Which was 9 years ago, right?
Wow.
But there's enough information about him saying he is a DevOps engineer back then. And there's enough data here to figure out. We can find more about him, right? About me.
Call him. I see his phone number.
Yeah, there's a phone number. I'm sure that phone number is still available. There's an email. I don't know if that's his company or not. We could look it up. So anyway, as you can see, it did bring me back some stuff. We could probably keep going down with it to find more stuff. but it didn't do a good job at the jobs thing. So, when I did it before at the last presentation I did, I gave it an 80%. Now I'm going to downgrade it to 50% right now until I figure out how to do it. But that's when we're talking about the AI search and sourcing. This is where I'm trying to go.
This is where it's at. Yeah.
This is where I want to go. So we won't be so like when Google was talking about their. I'm gonna stop sharing. When Google was talking when they were talking about their not having the internet search engine. This is where we're going.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you saying Boolean is going to be obsolete by the time this arrives, and
I don't know. I don't know if we just plug in Boolean and it's going to give us stuff. I haven't tried it out yet. I want to try.
I still love writing Boolean.
I know. I
think
do
we should.
too.
Yeah.
I think like when the search engine came out, it was so rapid fire, right? Like Google spawned this whole craze, right? That's what AI is doing now. We can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
It's just every 2 minutes. I'm sure there's a new AI bot just created 7 seconds ago. So it's just nuts how we can't. It's all going to balance out. Like we got through the search engine craze, we got through the tool craze, right?
Yep.
Extension craze, and now we're into AI, and now we're into just flooding our brains, right? And everybody's trying to figure it all out. And we're going to figure it out.
What do you think?
I think we got.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
What do you think about the AI that lives on top of like your candidate database that helps to rank and match candidates to whatever you told it to do? And then on the candidate side, they're using AI to fluff up their resume to make it match the job description. So then it's going to be AI versus AI. And like, that's just going to be so diluted when that happens. It's not going to, like, nobody's winning there in that scenario.
I think it's still going to, I think it's still going to come down to, I still think we're going to still have human interaction.
Yeah, have to.
So like let's say if I came across that and I'm questioning it, right? I'm definitely going to reach out to that person, and then I want to do my fielding of questions, and then if I have some concerns, and then obviously I would probably ask the expert. Let's just say if I'm working in the IT field, I might escalate that to an engineer, right? Going, hey man, I talked to this gentleman about Kubernetes. I'm not sure. This is what he said, or she said, or they said. What do you think? Do you think we should move this person forward or not? So I don't think we're going to be out of the human part yet. That's just my own opinion.
Yeah.
You think in 5 years we will?
I don't think so.
Good grief.
Yeah. I like to ask this question, man, because I'm always
I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I didn't even think AI was going to happen during my lifetime, to be honest with you. Like this type of AI, right?
True. True.
I really thought I would be in my 70s and this would be happening.
I think it's you know what? I mean, the more that I think about it, the more Jan might have a point, because he said that AI is going to take recruiter and sorcerer's jobs, most of it, and it'll only be a select few that'll stay in that role.
Yeah.
But the more that I think of it, like you mentioned something about like AI moving so fast and so quickly and evolving so quickly that dang, it's like we're seeing like innovation like literally like every freaking month. It seems
Every
something
day.
new is coming out.
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
I think
that's why. Go ahead, Dane.
Thank you. I think in order for AI to take the place of recruiting and sourcing, there's a lot of things that it needs to be able to learn how to do. One of which is think outside the box, which it can't, because right now it's subject to the rules of technology. It's subject to programs them.
Yep.
And then you got to take into account that a lot of times when somebody's looking at a profile as a human, there are things that we see that say, wow, that person's passionate, that an AI right now can't, because it doesn't have emotions. So I think I will not see it, but I'm the oldest of the group of us. I will not see it. My son might, because he's the youngest. He would be the youngest of us.
Yeah.
But in the end, the reality is still this. And I'll tell you exactly why I feel this way because it just happened to me today. I got a call today from a bot wanting to say that they want to talk to me about a job and blah, blah, blah. And I hung up.
Yeah.
I just hung the hell up because
Yeah.
if you want to recruit me, I want a human being that I can ask questions. I can
100.
not just hear what they say. I want to hear how they say it, the emotion behind what they say. I want the whole, and so
Expressions, all
exactly,
100.
and so I right now, this kind of reminds me about 20 years ago or so, I think it was, somebody, I forget the name of the company. Well, actually, I just don't want to name them, came up with this whole idea that this machine learning AI, whatever they want to call it, could find people that fit a job faster than we could. And I challenged it at a conference. It didn't work out so well for it. Just didn't work. And I'm not saying I'm great by any stretch of the imagination. But I mean, when you have something that you say you look for a Java developer and they can't even tell the difference between a Java developer and a Java engineer, that's a problem. Now
For sure.
they can tell that difference to a point, but AI still isn't 100% there. I asked one of the AIs, give me all the titles for a Java developer. And the first thing when it was done, I was like, okay, you're missing about 10. That's a problem. Now,
Yeah.
2 years from now, will that be the case? No, they'll probably make them. But you know what else is going to happen 2 years from now? Other programming languages, other acronyms. I mean, think about it. Just 3 years ago, the idea of thinking you could find Java developers by just putting in JE would be like, what? That's not Java. Well, guess what? Yeah, actually it is. J2EE, JEE, JE will all find you Java developers. So the question is, can what we now call AI keep up? No. Could it eventually? Probably. Will I be allowed to see it? Let's hope not. And so, and even if it does, will it be able to look at a resume, talk to a person, and really be able to know what? And my question is no. As long as human emotions involved, there is no AI currently, or I could foresee coming, that would be able to totally take into it. There is no AI capable of handling the human condition. It's just that simple. And every time, if you look at any science fiction movie out there, and we all know the deal, yesterday's science fiction is today's science fact. Every time there's been a AI that supposedly can understand the human conditions, Kirk comes out and makes it realize, no, I don't have a damn idea about the human condition, and it just turns itself off. That's the problem. I don't think right now we have the capabilities to create something that can handle the human condition because frankly, how can we create something to understand something we don't understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
True that.
Now I'll get off my soapbox.
True that. Hey, Ronnie. So, hey, listen, I'm fucking sleepy, dude.
Me too.
So, anyways, I wanted to ask you, what's next for you? Any other conferences you're doing this year? Like, what's good besides the obvious?
Just hopefully going to San Diego. That's my biggest one right now.
Woo, let's go.
Okay, that's 6, Jim. That's 6 times you can hit, dude. You know what, dude? I'm pretty sure I'm going, and if he doesn't want to invite you, you could come speak. You and I.
Well, I'm sure I'm invited. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how I can help and
We trying to bring back that welcome
Jim's
wagon.
still trying to figure out. Jim hasn't figured out what
little,
we're doing yet.
Well, I'm trying to subdue a little Ronnie cost here. Like I can get myself there, but just a little ticket pass. It'd be kind of
do what Steve and I do. Find somebody and bunk up. It makes it easier. More people are willing to pay if they know they can cut the cost basically in half by housing 2 people in one room. Right, Jim?
There it is.
No comment.
No, I'm gonna,
hey, if Alan 42 can do it, I don't want to hear it.
But, yeah, no, that's all that's planned for this year. Just focusing on Seattle talent and doing all things nursing.
Good stuff. Love it, Ronnie. Hey, man, listen, as always, my friend, thank you for everything that you do for the community. Thanks for coming on the show. We definitely going to have you back, obviously, but it's always a good time with you. You know that,
Yeah.
legendary.
I was like, like honored, like when I got the email. I was like, oh my god,
Bro,
you're gonna
stop it. Stop it.
because I like to
Stop it.
watch every Boolean and Brews on
You
Friday.
do. Like you and Amy Beth, man. You and Amy Beth are like bullying the
Actually,
boot
I
stand.
try to comment on YouTube, like,
Yeah, dude.
and some of those comments, I'm like delirious. I'm like, what did I write? That's not good. It's been printed on the internet for the rest of my life. That's not cool.
Nah, man. Listen, bro. You are always welcome on the show. And if you say, hey, I want to be on the show, all right. I ain't got no problem with it. You know
I'm
what I
sure you
mean?
got a queue. I'm sure you got a queue of people 40 miles long.
It's pretty long. It's pretty long. So but hey, listen, you want to come on the show, bro? Let me know, bro. I got you. You know what I mean?
I'll come
So
on. When Dean and Jim are like are tired, I can come on and do some just
all right. Shit.
And he'll
We'll
do a
have you
perfect job.
Hell
too.
yeah, we'll have you do a knowledge share, bro. Like it's all good. We down with it. We
I didn't
down
know
with
if I was bringing anything today. So.
it. Was good, man. It was awesome. And listen, come on, man. You legendary, bro. Stop it. Okay.
There's a lot of great people, so we're all good.
Anyways, hey, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. And listen, for Ronnie, Search Engine God, Jim, Dean, CC, this is Chewy. The last episode of season 1. You've been watching the Boolean and Brews podcast, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one in July.
Later.